Sunday morning and a horrendous event in Orlando, Florida. A man walked in with an attack rifle, attack gun, and managed to kill at least 50 people, despite the fact that there was an officer there who was firing at him. That on the outside, he managed to get inside, and in what could only be a very tiny bit of time, killed 50 people and wounded maybe 50 more. We don't know the total. It could be more than that. But the horrible thing is that attack rifles are easily available in this country because the gun lobby has made it impossible to pass a law that you cannot buy an attack rifle. No one needs an attack rifle to go hunting or for any purpose other than to kill other people. But the gun lobby says any law restricting the use of any kind of gun means the federal government is trying to take their guns away. Well, 50 people dead, 50 people at least wounded. I hope this means that we'll have movement towards getting attack rifles banned. In Israel, the other day, a man walked into a nightclub, I believe, in Tel Aviv, and tried to do the same thing. He had a homemade attack rifle, or two of them had homemade attack rifles, they had. You cannot buy them in Israel. They're totally banned, and the Israel Secret Service, the Israel Police, they make sure to the utmost of their ability that nobody can either buy them or be out in Israel anywhere with them. Of course, Hamas would love nothing better, but they haven't been able to do it. So two men walked into this nightclub, I believe a restaurant in Israel, and started firing. They killed, I believe, 4 people. However, because they were homemade guns, they jammed immediately. If those were actual attack rifles, they would have killed as many as this crazy man here in America. The fact that you can't get an attack rifle, or it's almost impossible to get it, and getting them into Israel or bringing them into Israel is extremely difficult, means that you don't get 50 people killed in a nightclub. 4 is terrible, but 50 is unbelievable. Meanwhile, the National Rifle Association will not comment on this except to say that they're against any kind of gun control. Mr. Sanders, who has many good points and who is constantly being praised for being such a wonderful man, is against gun control. Why? Because he says he lives in the state of Vermont where everybody has guns, they don't use them, it's a peaceful place, and he doesn't see really the need for it. Make your own conclusions after this event. Attack rifles are poison. Attack rifles have no purpose other than to kill people in some form, whether in a war zone or going into civilian areas, soft targets. And they have laws banning attack rifles will have no effect on the First Amendment right to bear arms. I own a couple of guns legally. I own a shotgun, I own a pistol, and I'm entitled to do that. I own them because I live in a high-crime area. I don't plan to use them unless I have to, and I hope I never have to. I have no desire to shoot at anybody. And I do not imagine, in the wildest of my fantasies, that should the government place a ban on all attack rifles and make it as difficult as possible. You won't be able to buy them in a gun shop. You can't buy them without being checked. All the things that would make it extremely difficult, and you make huge penalties for buying or owning them. I would make a person who buys one spend a few years in prison. And if they buy one and are connected to any organization that might want to use them to kill people, you might want to go far beyond that. The idea that people can buy attack rifles and walk into crowded places and start shooting, you've just seen the result. Man walked into the Pulse in Orlando, and within seconds, apparently, had killed 50 people, wounded 50 more, and was under fire. And they finally got him. But look how He apparently encountered a policeman on his way in. I'm waiting for the final results, but that's apparently what happened, who I think fired him. But he ran inside the club, started shooting, and before he could get killed, he had managed to get 50 people with an attack rifle. Therefore, anyone who favors attack rifles, NRA, and who will make it incredibly difficult to pass a law banning them, will attack any politician who's in favor of such a law. That kind of person belongs in prison themselves. The NRA is a fascist, dangerous organization. It is a gun owners association that gets huge amounts of money from its members and uses it to create a propaganda that anything that stops people from owning military rifles, from owning war guns, from owning anything that you can kill people with, is trying to take away their guns. When you stop and think rationally, you know a ban on attack rifles is not taking away anyone's guns. And I say anyone who is against gun control is very dangerous to our society. And with that, I'll pause for now on Sunday morning.